Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Happy December.
That's crazy. I
Yeah,
just looked
right.
and
This
saw. I
this
didn't
year
know.
went so fast. Thank you for joining us for our first podcast of December.
Yes.
Hope your Monday is going okay. Always hard getting back to work after a holiday weekend.
It is. It is. I'm a little struggling today,
Yeah,
but I'm
no.
powered by espresso and joy.
Yeah. Amen. I got my cup too.
Oh, nice.
Well, before we jump into recording the show, let's say hi to some folks in the chat, starting with Mr. Michael Bingham. Very sorry to hear that you've
Oh,
got a bad
no.
head cold. Hope you feel better soon. Hope our little podcast can make it feel a little
Yes.
better.
A good
Uh,
distraction.
Also, greetings to Tails and Orange Blossom, Derek's Corner. Thank you. And both of we've got logged in from two different places, so
Awesome.
welcome. Mr. John Self is saying hi, and we will be talking about some of John's articles a little bit
Yes.
later. He has been doing the Lord's work, eating his way through the holiday festivals at the parks so that we don't have to. We can just get his recommendations, which we will a little later in this show. And Mazel Tov to Brian Sager. He is training to be a Disney and Universal travel agent with Academy
Awesome.
Travel. Congrats on your career update. All right. Well,
Amazing.
we got a few people in the chat. What do you say? Are you ready to do this thing?
I'm ready.
All right. Let us kick this show off in 3, 2.
Please lower your head and watch your step while boarding.
Welcome to the Attractions Podcast. You are all clear for dispatch. Have fun.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Attractions Podcast, sponsored by MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. I am Seth,
And I'm Carly.
and we are here to talk to you about the latest and greatest in theme park news and more, as well as what's going on in our own lives. And Carly, I'm so sorry I missed you. You were here in town. We passed like ships in the night
Always.
once again, but please tell me about your holiday adventures here in Orlando.
Yes, I had a quickie Thanksgiving weekend in Orlando, but I packed in a ton.
Yeah.
I spent Thanksgiving at Universal Orlando. It is my favorite holiday celebration. It's so good. Everything's included, which I love.
Mhm.
Of course, I had to do all the Grinchmas stuff. That
Yes.
stage show, still amazing. And my favorite, we got Endless Summer Dockside. I always talk about this all the time. It was $85 on Thanksgiving night.
Crazy.
How
That's
do you beat that?
crazy.
And like this isn't the first major holiday we've gotten it for under 100. Like
Yeah.
Christmas, 4th of July, it's wild.
I,
I will never stop shouting about it.
I thought last year might have been a one-off, but this year Thanksgiving holiday crowds were not at all what they were 2, 3, 5 years ago.
Yes. I mean, I've
All over
loved
town.
in recent years going actually on holidays because, like you said, they're really not busy. I think people get scared, with hype. I took these amazing photos of us in Diagon Alley, and there's no one in the background. It is, and that was like, it wasn't like it was park closure. It was like
But-
6 or 7 o'clock.
But did you have turkey at Universal on
We
Thanksgiving?
didn't. So we were going. So Confisco's was doing a Thanksgiving menu, and we were going to do that. But you know what? We were just having so much fun. We kind of like forgot to eat a proper Thanksgiving. My husband was very sad, but it was a perfect Universal day. There was no one there. It was wonderful. We ended it at Pat O'Brien's, and then we continued the fun. We did a little monorail crawl to see the decor set up.
Ooh, that's
And I
always
went
fun.
to the new perch at Disney's Grand Floridian.
What do you think of the new bar in the Grand Floridian
Loved
lobby?
it. Oh my God. I of course was skeptic like a lot of people about the change. It's such an iconic lobby. Like it's classic Disney World. It brought life to that lobby that I didn't know it needed.
Okay.
It was a vibe. We were there, I believe, like Friday night. It was busy, but they were really great at, serving everyone. And it just kind of just felt a little bit more alive in that lobby. The bar itself is beautiful. Pictures don't even do it justice. And the drinks, it's very limited menu. So you can't order like a vodka soda. You can only order off of the menu.
Okay. Are they pre-batched or are they?
No, they're making them
okay,
from
good.
scratch. Yeah. I had a rum coffee Sazerac. and it was
Mm.
amazing. Like I would definitely get that again. There's a great selection of wines. It's the team from Citric Coast and Enchanted
Okay.
Rose. You'll see some familiar faces, but I was so pleasantly surprised. I went in open-minded and I absolutely loved it. It's such a great addition. And again, the Citric Coast bar has like 4 seats. It's impossible to get into Enchanted
Sure.
Rose. So to be able to, I feel like if you are staying at a deluxe hotel, I expect when I walk in to be a lobby bar that I could easily grab a drink, and that's it. And again, and it's beautiful. So I'm excited to see if they expand the menu and whatnot as they work on it. But it was packed and they were rocking and rolling, serving drinks quickly. So highly recommend to stop by there.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yes. And then I did Jollywood Nights again. So
what was your take on your return trip?
it is like the best Disney After Hours event I've ever done.
That's a bold statement because you've done a lot.
I know. It was sold out our night. You would have no idea. I never waited more than 5 minutes for like a snack or a drink.
That's great.
Walked right on Rock and Roller Coaster. I met Santa Duffy, which was the reason.
That's a dream for you.
Yeah. I did wait an hour for him, but that was only because I lined up before the event started. So it was still didn't eat into event time. But it was, it's just incredible. It's so festive. It's so like jolly. We went in with kind of no plan and it ended up doing everything, which was not my really intentions at all. I just kind of wanted to vibe out and see friends and whatnot. And we ended up doing everything. And it was so good. I didn't see Life Day Chewy. I didn't make my way back there, but we spent time in the Tip Top Club. There's a Latin dance party in front of Rock and Roller Coaster with Chito and Jose from the Three Caballeros dancing. We danced with them for like a half hour.
That's great. I prefer that kind of interactive thing rather than waiting in a line just to get a photo. Yeah.
Same. Like of course I waited in the line for Santa Duffy and there's a million other rare characters, but that's just not, my personal vibe. But I heard from other people that did wait, the lines weren't long. It was like 20 minutes if you were into
that's great because a lot of times people wait hours for some of the
and again, like it was sold out. There were signs everywhere sold out, and it was so easy. Didn't wait to get my wristband. If I tried some snacks, didn't wait there either. So it was wonderful. And I was seeing people that were at Mickey's Very Merry, and they were like, the crowds are out of control. Like, so I don't understand what the capacity thing is because that was also sold out like Jollywood, but Jollywood felt like not dead, like there was a vibe, but it wasn't busy.
All right, note to self, next year go to Jollywood Nights on Thanksgiving weekend.
I think this is going to be a new tradition for me. The last time I went was the first year, first night, which they had some kinks to work out. I still had a blast, but I can have fun anywhere. And
but you definitely saw improvements.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, literally it was perfect. I have no notes to say. My husband, who has never been, was like, he's not really one to go to after hours events. He doesn't care. He was like, this was the best event ever. We want to do it again.
All right. Next year.
Yeah. Highly recommend. And if that was sold out, I don't know what it's like when it's not sold out. It was amazing. So yeah, that was a fun little festive quickie weekend. I had intentions of going to Epcot for the fest. It is my favorite festival, but I was out late. Jollywood goes till 12:30. So
you got to get every minute's worth of that.
Yes. And I did. Yeah. So I was up probably till 2 a.m. and I couldn't get out of bed to go try some foods.
I feel you. But you did get over to the Gaylord Palms?
Yes. Oh, yes. Okay. So I love, if I'm not staying on site, the Gaylord Palms is one of my favorite places to stay. So beautiful. I love the one in Orlando. I love the Opryland one in Nashville. But this was my first time doing ice. So my husband had done it a few times. This is my first time. I loved it. It was basically like the North Pole in the convention center there.
It is so cold. People underestimate.
I didn't
15 minutes in there is about enough for me.
I actually had to run out towards the end because I was losing sensation in my fingers. It's 9 degrees.
Especially if you're trying to take pictures.
Oh, yes. That was what was happening. I was trying to take pictures. I did the ice slide a few times. Very cold. Do not do what I did. Dress appropriately. Bundle up. But that whole experience is fun. We decorated a gingerbread house, just silly, fun Christmas stuff to get you in the mood. And I totally understand why it's a sellout every
Yeah.
single year. It is the best way to kind of just like be immersed in the holidays for a day. And ice was so much cooler than I'd heard about it and seen pictures, but when you see these sculptures in real life, and one of the artists was there
Oh,
doing a
that's great.
demo from China, it's a troupe that does it.
Yeah.
It was so amazing. And yeah, I loved it. And I get it. And now I can't wait to do that every year too.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years for me, but I got to take a backstage tour while it was under
Mm.
construction, and the work that goes into that, the team that comes over from China, and puts that together, it's astounding to watch, and it's
It really
really cool
is.
to
I
walk
mean,
through. It's
it
beautiful.
almost looks fake, because you're like, how did
How
they
could
do
it, how
this?
could this be real? Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
real.
and the ice slide was so cold, but so much fun. So there's also snow tubing there, but
Yes.
the ice slide is literally just a slide of ice, and you're wearing the parka they give you,
Yep.
and just it's so cold but so fast. And
I've outgrown my ability to do that one.
I know, I'm like, I'm getting too old for this, but still, it was amazing. And
Uh,
I just, there's so many festive things to do in Orlando, not enough
mhm.
time, but it was a perfect little, weekend. Now I'm ready to decorate and get
Yes.
fully into it. And it's finally December. So I feel like now it's socially.
Time to get that tree up.
Yes, exactly. So yes, that was my fun little quickie theme park weekend.
That's fantastic. I'm so sorry I didn't get
I
to meet up
know.
with you, but it sounds like you had a great time. I had also a great weekend. I had family in town for Thanksgiving, which is always wonderful, and we still managed to squeeze in some attractions during the week.
Oh,
Um, I highly recommend Dazzling Nights, which is, or sorry, Dazzling Lights, which is over at the Lou Gardens.
oh
It's
yeah.
a Creative City project. They've been doing this for several years. They change it up every year. Was a lot of fun. It's a walkthrough experience through botanical gardens, and everything is decorated with lights, and different sections have different themes. My favorite new section was a whole field of bonfires just made out of lights and
Wow.
fog machines that you could sit around. It was like sitting around a roaring fire, except it's Florida, so we
Yeah.
don't really need a roaring fire.
Although it was freezing this weekend. It was
It
the
it
best
was it
weekend of
was
my
chilly.
life.
We had some really chilly nights this weekend. That's for
I
sure.
will
Yeah.
gladly welcome it. It actually feels like the holidays. And now it's
Uh,
hot again. So
I also slipped away from the family to meet up with our publisher
oh
Matt and Quinn and Andy to do a Puzzle Corp escape room themed around Bigfoot. That was a lot of fun. That was down on iDrive. And
you are the escape room expert. You need to
no. Andy right here.
oh Andy is
Andy is the escape room expert. But when they need another person, they need another warm body. I tell you, I didn't do great personally with this one. We managed to solve it in plenty of time. But my biggest contribution was fishing for crabs. We got fishing poles and had to fish around in a swamp for plastic crabs. That was my only real accomplishment on this one.
so fun. I'm so terrible at these, but they are fun.
And then the other, big thing that happened this weekend, Zootopia 2 came out, and our reporter Mateo has a review up on our website. He calls it a sequel that's as good, if not better, than the original. I personally have not seen the new movie yet, but it's making crazy money, like over $500 million
Yeah.
worldwide. Like
And
one of
but
the
basically his review is what I've heard from everyone that
yeah,
has seen it. It
I've
is
heard
better.
I've
Yeah.
heard nothing but great things about the new movie. However, I went to see the Zootopia 40 movie at the Tree of Life Theater at Animal Kingdom. It was a lovely day in Animal Kingdom. Probably more animals in the park than people that day. It was great.
Wow.
Except as someone who thought that it's tough to be a bug had probably run its course and needed an update. I don't think this is the update that I wanted or needed. I have a lot
You
of
are not
problems.
alone in that.
I have a lot of problems with it. On a technical level, I could not understand a word of any of the dialogue, so I couldn't follow whatever the detective plot was that is shoehorned in. I didn't think the 3D was good at all. I didn't think it was sharper than the old film, but it wasn't bright. It didn't pop. It didn't have the sense of depth. There was nothing that I felt like I wanted to reach out and grab, like there was in the old films. And I'd love to rave about the animatronic Clawhauser, but he never showed up.
Yes.
So when Clawhauser isn't feeling well, they just kind of black out his corner, and I guess they must have an alternate version of the film where there's a little TV screen on a drone that hovers in the corner. But his
Do you know
voice
what
is
it reminded me of? Remember in school when there would be like a substitute teacher and they'd roll in the cart with like a TV?
TV, exactly.
That's kind of what it looked like to me.
It was weird because characters were still making eye lines with where the animatronic would be. Sometimes you could hear the voice coming from where the animatronic would be. It definitely did not help. I'm glad that they still have the bugs running under your butt, or I guess they're mice now.
Yeah.
That's the only really good thing I can say. It wasn't good, and that's not even touching on the thematic failure of, not really doing anything more than paying lip service to nature or the environment or any of the core mission statements of Animal Kingdom. So that was I will give it another shot when the animatronic's working, but I'm not particularly looking forward to it. So
I know, yeah, it's a bummer. Who knows how long this will stick around for?
Yeah, so that was a rough one for me. All right. Well, without any further ado, I think it is time for us to jump into the news in the queue. All right, before we leap into the news that we had planned for, I made a last-minute addition to our itinerary here because we had breaking news just a few hours ago. Blake Taylor posted this on our website. A new Harry Potter theme park land has been announced, and it is not at all where anyone would have expected. We've got theme park lands in the Universal parks. We've got a Harry Potter theme park land that's supposed to be coming to the UAE at Warner Brothers World. Not a lot of updates on this, but now we're also getting not only a Harry Potter land, but also a Harry Potter hotel at Legoland Deutschland in Germany.
Wow, not on my bingo card for sure.
Yeah. Lego and Harry Potter have had a partnership for years. The Lego Harry Potter sets are super collectible, but this is the first time that the brand has come to a theme park, and the Legoland in Germany will be the first one to get not only a land, but also the ability to stay overnight in a Harry Potter themed hotel room.
Wow, and that's the dream for many.
Yeah,
that is what we don't have at Universal Orlando or Hollywood, and that is what a lot of people want.
Yeah, people have been begging for years for Universal and Lowe's to add that as an option at Universal Orlando or at Universal Hollywood, but you'll have to go to Germany. We can't tell you when. There's no concept art. There's no opening date. There's no construction date. There's nothing more than an announcement. But this is going to be really interesting to keep an eye on.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, shout out to Legoland. They're really adding some exciting stuff. The indoor roller coaster that's coming
Galactic
to
Coaster,
California. Yeah, I mean, this is very exciting. And, I'm excited for the land, but I think I'm more excited about this hotel because the potential to be really, really great. And Legoland hotels are so well themed. They're so much fun.
Yes, they've done a great job with their hotel at the Legoland here in Florida and other places around the world. So can't wait to see what they will do with the Harry Potter brand.
Yes.
All right. Moving forward, a little closer to home. Epic Universe is celebrating its first holiday season. We've already talked previously about the Christmas decorations that went up in Celestial Park and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic. They are not selling celebrating Christmas in the Isle of Berk, but they are celebrating Snoggletog with decorations and treats. And we've got photos coverage of all of it from Blake Taylor and Mateo up on our website.
Yes, this looks so great. I didn't get to see it in person. Still waiting on being able to add to our annual passes, Epic Universe, but this looks so lovely.
I'm debating. I'm trying to find the perfect day to buy myself one last one-day ticket for the year, just so I can see all this in person. And also looking at wait times over the last few days for the park really made me want to run out and ride Ministry of Magic over and over again with little wait. So we've got photos of all the shops that have the special decoration. If you're not familiar with the How to Train Your Dragon lore, there was a 2011 television special called Gift of the Night Fury. And that is where this is all taken from. So in Hiccup's workshop, you can find a Snoggletog display with baskets of dragon eggs and wreaths and mistletoe.
It's very classy looking, the decor.
It is, and it's all very homemade looking. It's all very handcrafted, which is what I love. How to Treat Your Dragon has decor and sweets and treats exclusive to the season. They've got their version of a Christmas tree, which is made out of wood and covered with custom ornaments. And then Toothless Treasures over by the Untrainable Dragon Theater. That's where you can adopt a baby dragon, and they've got some Snoggletog signage up on their displays as well.
Yeah, it looks really beautiful. I also want to mention I just picked up, there's an Isle of Berk inspired cookbook that just came out, and they have some of the recipes from Epic Universe in there.
All right.
And food, including the Hiccup salmon, which
yes. I got to attend that private party for IAPA for the Thea Awards, and I took advantage of the salmon for sure.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That was excellent.
Absolutely. I really want to try. There's a new mac and cheese cone for the holidays that has been getting great reviews. So if you go, please try it because it looks amazing.
As soon as they introduce a vegan version without the cheese or a lactose-free version, I'll be all over that. Also at Universal Orlando, our intrepid reporter, John Self, has braved all of the new holiday food items and come back with his report of what the must-try treats this holiday season at Universal Orlando.
Yes, I do have to note, I always get very excited for the holidays at Universal Orlando. It is my absolute favorite. I love it every year. But this year, they kind of cut back on the food, as if you read this article, you'll see. So I was trying to find on the website, like, where's their list of the seasonal menus? And I was also sad. I am not a sweet person. It's only sweet stuff this year. So I think maybe the team is just spread thin with Epic Universe, but they used to do like a pressed turkey sandwich. I'm a savory girl when I'm in the parks, and it's just all sweets this year. So I was a little bummed about that. But meeting Earl the Squirrel made up for it.
Well, I haven't gotten to meet Earl the Squirrel this year or check out his holiday shop, but pictures look great.
Yeah,
you're right. It does seem like there is a focus on sweets. Maybe they've just found that that's what sells, or like you said, with Epic Universe, they might be just stretched a little thinner this year. But it still gave John plenty of things to try. You are right. It does seem that Universal has not published their usual comprehensive list of holiday food menu items. But if you go into the Universal webpage, or you probably also find in the app, there's a things to do section, and it'll at least show you the locations where you can find all of the holiday food. Or you can come to our website, attractionsmagazine.com, read John's article, and just go straight to the ones that are his top picks, which always seems to start at Central Park Crepes. John is always a big fan of them. This year, the Snickerdoodle crepe seems to be a winner. Another winner looks like the Very Chocolate Christmas Bar, located at Today Cafe in the studios, and also Croissant Moon at IOA. That one looks to be a pretty good value, $5
Yeah.
for a giant-sized custom candy bar, and it's vegan.
Oh.
Honorable mentions include the Red and White Nice Shake, which is a little surprising because Toothsome's seasonal shakes are often kind of hit or miss. But this one, John gives this thumbs up to. Unfortunately, if there's going to be hits, there's got to be some misses.
Yes.
Unfortunately, if you're a Coquito fan, John does not recommend the Coquito Crunch. That's at the San Francisco Pastry Company or Croissant Moon. And he also doesn't recommend the Elegant Ornament over at Today Cafe and Croissant Moon. It's supposed to be a creme brulee, but he said tastes more just plain burnt.
Yeah, it looks really special, I guess, if you want to, do it for the gram, but yeah.
Yeah. If you are looking for some savory holiday items and you are an annual pass holder, there are some exclusive annual pass dishes that you'll find in City Walk. NBC Sports has pork chops. Big Fire has a big burger. There's a sushi roll at Cowfish or pozole at Antojitos. There's also some savory dishes at Lombard's, Finnegan's, and the churro stand over in IOA has a special churro.
Ooh.
Finally, let's talk about Gingy.
Gingy, so cute.
He is adorable, and he is back in his gingerbread form. So if you want to play Lord Farquaad and eat his arms and legs off, torturing him, you can do that. However, the cost to do that has gone up. And I'm going to say that $6.99 for a gingerbread cookie that basically covers the palm of your hand, not the greatest value.
No.
So
I will say I did find one really good value, which was for a sweet treat. So if you're familiar with the gelato booth inside of Louis Pizza,
yes,
they have
often overlooked.
Yes, often overlooked. They have some great seasonal flavors, and I was craving a little sweet treat, but I didn't want any of these other offerings. And so they have an insane deal. $6, you get an affogato with a double shot of espresso. If you are a coffee drinker,
the double shot of espresso is worth the $6.
Plus 2 scoops of gelato. That is crazy. So I got that and I tried some of the flavors. It was amazing. And
Can you get them separate? I want the ice cream one and
I did.
Yes. They do.
Yes, I was like, please have it separate. My husband doesn't drink espresso, and I just kind of wanted it on the side. I was going to go to Starbucks, and then I saw that $6 for 2 scoops of gelato and that. So great deal. And the menu said the affogato is new. So yeah, if you want a little pick me up and a sweet treat that you could split because you get 1 scoop per person, it was a great deal. So
I might have to put that one in my book. That's a great hack.
Yeah. So hopefully it sticks around. It is so often overlooked, but that's a great little spot.
Fantastic. Well, the holidays continue at Universal Orlando all the way through January 4th. And check out John's article to know what to eat.
Yes.
Speaking of the holidays, they have also arrived at Epcot. Festival of the Holidays 2025 is back now through December 30th. Candlelight Processional is back. My personal favorite, the Glimmering Greenhouses inside Living with the Land is back. But most importantly to John's self, the food is back, and he's been there to try all the new items. Where does he find the time?
Yes, there's a lot of good new items this year, and I've heard nothing but great things about a lot of them. And this is my personal favorite festival because it's more limited menus. It's not as crazy as Food and Wine, and there's some really great creative dishes, especially this year.
Um, this is one of my favorites just because it gives employment to so many of my performer friends.
Yes.
With the storytellers in many of the countries around World Showcase. Shout out to my friend Karen, who has been at Japan now for I think a quarter century,
Wow.
since longer, maybe even since it started. Some of the new there are 21 new food items, depending on how you count them. But we've got a full list of all of the new items. I'm not going to read through all of them. I'm just going to highlight the ones that John picked out as the bests. He did say that some of the ones that he hoped would make this list had some issues with flavor or texture, which can happen, especially when you're going on the first days of the event. He gives a shout out to the roasted turkey dish in France that was just held back by way too many pearl onions, and suggests that you check out the turkey in American Adventure instead.
Oh, that one is always a hit.
Always great, yeah. But his picks for the top new choices this year are the ginger molasses cookie with cream cheese icing, which is crazy enough, only $3.50
I was
at
shocked by the
Communicore Hall. I
prices.
think that's
Yeah.
just in terms of value. It's a big cookie, and $3.50, especially since it is eligible for the cookie stroll.
And if you're
So
doing
it
that, you're
counts.
gonna have to share because
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you absolutely. Yeah. But it'll count towards earning you that prize on the cookie stroll. So that's a great addition over at Communicore Hall. And I'm also really happy to see that he gave the thumbs up to the tamal de pollo con mole in Mexico. That is a chicken tamale topped with mole negro sauce, which is a chocolate-based sauce. And I always love mole. In fact, the restaurant inside the Mexico Pavilion was the first place I ever had it.
Oh, I love that.
Many years ago. So it's always got a place in my heart. Anytime I can have mole in Mexico in Epcot.
Yes.
And this one, he said, should satisfy someone who's looking for some more authentic Mexican versus Tex-Mex.
Yeah,
So,
I've heard nothing but great things about this dish, and just the
Mhm.
Mexico booth always comes out with at least one banger of a hit
Yep.
that's like top rated each fest. So I'm not surprised.
All right, but unfortunately, with the good must also come the bad, and the bottom of his list this year includes the prototype cookie from Communicore Hall. That's 50 cents more than the cookie he recommended, and it's a sugar cookie with a Spaceship Earth dark chocolate design, but he says it falls apart easily, and just didn't think that it worked with the orange cranberry icing.
It also doesn't
Um,
look as great in pictures as I thought it was going
mhm.
to look.
There's also a cranberry oatmeal cookie over in Odyssey Building that just didn't have the texture. And surprise, surprise, Italy is also serving one of the worst dishes.
Shocker.
It's kind of a joke that, like, consistently over the years, Italy has been the most meh food booth at every food festival,
Right.
no matter how they try.
And it's so interesting because it's the type of cuisine that if you're making food at high volume should be able to be executed, and I
Yeah.
just don't understand.
This year's Italy fail is a pizza dough fried with cinnamon and chocolate, uh, chewy, average chocolate, not sweet enough, and costs twice as much as the recommended ginger molasses
Yeah.
cookie. So
It's always so
that
expensive.
one,
It's like double the price of every other booth
yeah,
too, and I don't
yeah.
understand.
So yeah, that one's to be skipped. But you can find our complete list of all the new items at attractionsmagazine.com.
Yes, and turkey poutine is back, and that is one of my favorite Epcot snacks ever. That's seasonal, and it's so
Mm.
good. Try it.
Yeah, that's at that outpost right outside of Canada, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So good.
Great choice. All right. And finally, for our last piece of news in the queue, Disney has been putting out these great little mini documentaries online called We Call It Imagineering. They go up on the Walt Disney Imagineering YouTube channel, which if you don't already subscribe to it, go ahead and do that. And recently we got a glimpse of some new underwater robotics, which Blake Taylor, in this article we've got on the website, speculates could be used for the Avatar land that is coming to Disney California Adventure.
Yes.
This
We've
one
been
went,
talking a
yeah.
lot about this, so very curious.
Yeah, so we've been talking for quite a while since it was first announced at a D23 event that they're replacing the area where the Monsters Inc. ride at DCA with an Avatar land. Gonna miss but at least those Monsters Inc. animatronics will probably make their way over to the new attraction, get recycled here at
Yes.
Hollywood
Very
Studios. But we've gotten some concept art that shows that the new Avatar land in DCA, unlike the one that we've got in Animal Kingdom, will be more inspired by the second film, which is water-based. And just coincidentally, we've got some robots swimming underwater in a way that mimic real sea creatures.
Wow.
And so it could be for a robotic dolphin to put into the living seas, but it also could be for something Avatar themed. We've got both creatures that swim completely underwater and others that kind of skim right above the water, almost look like a manta ray flying just above the surface. And when they released that concept art, if you zoom in on it, they've definitely got things that seem to be floating under the water that could be robotic sea creatures. So does this mean it's definitely 100% coming? Absolutely not. There's lots of things that Disney Imagineering has shown off that's either never made it to the park or made it very briefly, which we're going to be talking about something like that in our main attraction.
Yes.
Other things that they've recently shown off in this We Call It Imagineering episode are a small robot that can pirouette that looks suspiciously like Minnie Mouse, and a even smaller robot with the face of a raccoon that can jump onto a table. You can definitely speculate what character a raccoon-faced robot might represent.
Yeah, this video series they do is great. It's fun to see a
great.
little behind the scenes, even if these never come to fruition. It's fun to see, the imagination and the testing.
My favorite clip from this new episode actually was of this front projected animatronic face. Recently we've talked about how they're getting rid of the rear projected animatronic faces in the Frozen Ever After ride at Epcot. That was kind of an experiment that I think they've decided did not work. But front projected faces seem to still have a future. They showed off one wearing a ball cap that I think looks suspiciously like Kevin Feige from Marvel.
With a little dash of Bruce Willis.
Yeah, with a little Bruce Willis thrown in. Yeah. The interesting thing about this experiment is the face itself is completely static. It doesn't move, but it manages to get really great expressions just by front projecting things. They can project cuts, tattoos, tears onto it.
Wow, creepy.
I think, yeah, I mean, the best front projected face I've personally seen in the wild is Victoria Frankenstein in the pre-show of Monsters Unchained.
Yeah.
And that face actually does move somewhat, and then they project onto the moving face. It would be even simpler and maybe break down less often if they could do that without even having to move the face. So interested to see where this goes.
Absolutely. Did you by any chance see the new Defunctland about animatronics? I
You
didn't
know
get
what? I was
to.
just about to bring that up
Yeah.
as we talk about our main attraction.
Yes.
Yes, Defunct Land was definitely something that I spent 4 hours watching.
Oh,
Um, Before we jump into that, though, I wanted to throw one last bit of speculation about these Avatar water animatronics. There's another possible thing coming up with Disney that is water-based and possibly Avatar-based, and that is a new water show, fountain show, nighttime spectacular coming to Disney World of Adventure, which is the park that will soon be formally known as Walt Disney Studios in Paris. They released some concept art and planning documents related to a show that's supposed to go in the center of that big lagoon, where the new Frozen Land that's going in there, which we will be talking about very, very shortly.
yes.
But something that's really curious about those plans, there's some markings on the plans showing the orientation of the fountain effects and infrastructure being built, and they're kind of late. It seemed to be labeled by the direction that they will be facing. There's ones that are labeled clearly go towards the Frozen area, to go towards the Lion King area, which we know is coming. And then there's one direction that's labeled Navi, and it points right towards a large expansion pad. So obviously not yet announced, but if a Avatar Land could be coming to Paris, then and having a water show right outside of it, then these aquatic creatures could also show up there or show up there instead. So I just wanted to throw that out as just my own personal speculation.
Oh, yes. I mean,
Yep.
that whole project is very exciting what's
Yeah.
happening over there.
Yeah.
And it's so soon. They announced
And
it in March.
it's so exciting that we have a lot more to talk about it.
Yes.
So before we do, though, let us hear a word from our sponsor.
The Attractions Podcast is brought to you by MEI and MEI-Travel. Whether your next vacation is a magical trip to the theme parks, an exciting adventure to the pyramids of Egypt, or just a relaxing cruise on the turquoise waters of the Bahamas, MEI-Travel provides premium service and expert advice to help you get the most of your vacation. They are always free of any hidden fees or costs to you. Visit them at mei-travel.com.
And while we're at it,
Our Epic Universe magazine is the ultimate grand opening souvenir for Orlando's newest theme park. It's got 64 pages of photos, vacation planning advice, and behind-the-scenes secrets from all 5 portals: Super Nintendo World, Dark Universe, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, and Celestial Park. It's not every day a new theme park opens in Orlando, so mark the moment and celebrate history with the Attractions Magazine Epic Universe Grand Opening issue. Now available at attractionsmagazine.com.
It's time for the main attraction.
all right, for our main attraction, as you mentioned, I also spent 4+ hours watching the fantastic new Defunct Land documentary. If you don't subscribe to Defunct Land on YouTube, go and check them out. All about the Living Character Initiative at Disney. And to sum it up, the too long didn't watch. Disney's been trying for decades to create animatronics that can walk around freely, interact with people, and not need a puppeteer or a handler, that can just exist like their current walk-around characters do, but not need a paid actor inside.
Yeah.
And they, over the years, they've taken 2 steps forward and 1 step back. And this fantastic documentary basically concludes that it's mostly at a dead end, and that the only reason these things keep happening is because the R&D department keeps paying for them because Wall Street likes their association with high tech and AI, and it doesn't stay in the parks because there's too much labor and basically we can't have nice things, especially in America, because
Oh,
guests just
yeah.
abuse the heck out of these things whenever they get the chance.
Absolutely, yeah. It
Uh,
would not be a good experience. I mean, this what we'll talk about in this video, it looks amazing, but it's gonna be people swarming around with their
yeah.
cameras and
So like literally within like a day of this very well researched, exhaustively documented documentary coming out and saying, this is basically a dead end. Poof, we've got Olaf
yeah.
making supposedly regular appearances in 2 Disney theme parks starting in 2026. Um, Olaf from the Frozen films brought to life as a screen accurate sized animatronic that can walk around freely, can talk, can interact, can even have his nose taken off and put back on. He is, I mean, he's kind of magical.
He is.
We've seen free roaming animatronics such as the baby dragons that we've got now in the Isle of Berk over at Epic Universe, but this is a fraction of that size. I don't think I've seen a walking, non-tethered robot with these proportions moving this well. And he doesn't just shuffle, like he shuffles around like Olaf does.
Mhm.
If you watch the videos of this,
It's so
they
cute.
you
Yeah.
can tell that they worked with the Disney animators who worked on the original film to get his movements right, get his, the way he leans, the way he looks. He looks fantastic.
It looks fantastic. It's adorable. I mean, him walking around the land with no one in it is a
Yeah.
dream. It's not going to be like that if this happens.
Exactly. And that's where the operations meet the reality. He was brought out for a media event that was previewing the new Frozen land that they have built in Paris that's going to be opening soon, which is basically a clone of the one that they built in Hong Kong, which I got to visit, minus the roller coaster.
Yes.
But both the Paris Frozen land and it looks like the Hong Kong land will be getting this new free roaming Olaf, making regular appearances for who knows how long
Yeah.
inside the parks.
Oh, I know. He's so cute. I would love to see this.
We've seen, for instance, recently Herbie, a free roaming robot, appear at Disneyland, but his appearance is definitely tied to the theatrical release of Fantastic Four, and now that that's on streaming, Herbie has gone away, which is pretty common in the United States parks. If we see one of these expensive new characters, it's usually because the movie studio is paying for it as
Right.
promotion.
Yeah.
It's not being paid for out of the operations of the theme park. The BDX droids also kind of have taken a world tour, but have not really stayed placed in any one place for long because, again, not really being paid for by the individual parks. They're being paid for by the R&D or the movie studio.
Right. Yeah. So I just wanted to clarify when this new land debuts in March, is Olaf going to be there, or is this a late? Yeah.
So, the park opens in March 29th. I'm
Yes.
sorry, the land opens in Paris, March 29th, 2026. And that's an excellent question. I from the videos I watched, they implied
Yeah.
that Olaf will be there. But it wouldn't be the first time that Disney has shown something off for a press event, and then it, never materialized again or showed up, for opening day and went away not long after. I'll also point out this is going to Hong Kong Disneyland. This is going to Paris. This is not coming to any American parks anytime soon. And like I said, I think you can see from when they tried free roaming droids in Disneyland, you can see that in the Defunct Land documentary. People just abused the heck out of them.
Yeah.
Something like this would probably require 2 or 3 cast members just acting as bodyguards.
And I was thinking like, with this Olaf specifically, Olaf is like a child's dream. So I don't know how they're going to prevent, like, I know kids run up and go
Run
hug
up and
the
tackle
character.
him. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
and I
just
was like, kids might not do that with a little robot from Star Wars, but when you see Olaf in real life,
yeah.
that is
He likes
absolutely
warm
going.
hugs. I mean,
Yes,
how are they going to
exactly.
stop people from giving him? And I don't know if he's going to be able to handle warm hugs. I don't. He might melt.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
might.
it would almost be better to just do this almost like a stage show, but at least a little area where he's behind a barricade. I wouldn't mind it if it meant we got to have him, and you
Yeah.
don't need to get up close to him just to see this. I feel like that would be better off, or I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, one of the lessons of that Defunctland documentary is, the technology is there. It's the human factor that gets in the way.
Yeah.
And my thoughts and prayers go out to the cast members who are going to have to do crowd control.
Yeah.
Hong Kong, I think, would be a perfect place for this because that is the emptiest Disney park that I've ever been to. The Studios Park in Paris is also pretty darn empty.
Yeah.
But I think that once it becomes renamed, once it gets this new land, I think that at least in the short term will change. And I fear for Olaf's safety.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
I know, he's just so cute. Again, like
I don't want to see Olaf get hurt. I don't want
Yeah.
to see social media of people kicking Olaf. I don't want to see that.
We must protect Olaf at all costs.
Yeah. I just, I think this is amazing. I would love to see him in person and get to interact with him. But I think as Defunctland has kind of taught me, and personally, as just working in the theme parks and the entertainment department, there's no animatronic that will be more reliable, more interactive, more creative than a human performer. When it comes down to, I'd always rather take some of the billions of dollars that went into developing this and give it to someone who could use health insurance and a 401k and let's just invest in human beings.
Yeah, I think of Olaf in the Frozen dinner show on the Disney Wish,
and that's
and it's so effective and wonderful and great, and like it's a highlight for me. And you could do that. We don't need necessarily this advancing, even though it's cool, but yes, to have live performers.
Yeah. And even if we finally someday get to the point where Chat GPT can control an animatronic and puppeteer it and come up with all the interaction, I'd still rather have a human brain behind it. Even if he's hidden away, for me the best interactive character like this will always still be the Enchanted Fountain at Islands of Adventure.
Yes. I love
it doesn't have any robotics, it doesn't move, it doesn't walk around, but people actually have a moment interacting with them. So we will see in late March of 2026 when Olaf debuts, and see how he fares in the public eye.
Be nice. Yes.
Yeah.
Be nice to Olaf.
Be nice to Olaf.
Although I see stuff happening at being a total accident, like a child.
Yeah. No, I don't think it'll be malicious. I just think it might be a little too much love.
Yes.
Well, before we wrap everything up, let's take a look back at a few of the comments that were left for us. Vince Lamb wishing everyone a happy Cyber Monday, National Pie Day, and World AIDS Day. Thank you for remembering. Michael Bingham agrees with you that there is nothing like the holidays at Universal Orlando Resort. Enjoy your birthday there in just 15 days.
Have the best time.
Christian has a question. Carly, have you ever gotten stuck on the Big Thunder Mountain ride?
You know what? I have gotten stuck on other rides, but never on that, although that sounds really nice.
No, I mean, I've been walked off of Everest, which was very interesting. Getting the very, very top, but just before you're supposed to go backwards, and then having the ride stop, and you have to get out and walk down from that point. That was fun. But never remember Big Thunder Mountain. John did want to let you know that Universal just add a turkey slider and a pretzel with cheese to their holiday menu.
We need more savory dishes, please.
And it seems like you were lucky that you got that espresso on your affogato because they were not doing that opening weekend. Hopefully that sticks around. I'll have to go check that one
agree.
out. So we got a more in-depth question from Will Johnson. This isn't kind of in our news this week, bit off topic, but he said, I hear statements that Universal executives are aware of the issues with Epic Universe. Are you actually familiar or versed with what exactly they may be doing to alleviate current capacity issues? So from what I understand, there's two sides to this. One is improving the capacity and reliability of the attractions that they currently have. And I will say that has been improving, especially on the Battle of the Ministry ride. If you take a look, it always gets slammed first thing in the morning. But instead of maintaining 5-hour waits all day, Battle of the Ministry has been dropping down to hour and a half or an hour on a typical afternoon, getting down to 15 minutes towards the end of the day, which indicates that they have gotten closer to their theoretical capacity. And then just getting Battle of the Ministry to run close to what it was designed at is a big part of getting that park to work right. The other side of that is expansion. We know there's more dining venues that are going to open up very early next year. They have filed permits for a massive new indoor attraction that most likely is going in the Wizarding World, where the VR broomstick was originally supposed to be. We think it is going to be a indoor broomstick dark ride.
Yes.
So that should hopefully also be a high capacity attraction. And I don't think that they are going to stop after that. There's more expansion pads that are, ready to go if as soon as they want to throw up more attractions, even more entire lands. So I think that they want to maintain their momentum and they recognize that there are issues, but it's getting better. I think it's not fixed, but it's getting better. So thank you, Will, for that question. All right. That is going to bring us to the end. But before we go, we want to thank our sponsor, MEI and MEI-Travel. Please be sure to purchase your copy of our Epic Universe magazine at our website. And please give us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you happen to listen to us, and a like and subscribe on YouTube. Also, please be sure to follow us at attractionsmagazine.com and search for Attractions Magazine on your favorite social media platforms. Carly, where can folks find you on the interwebs?
Yes, I can be found at Adventures by Carly. And this coming weekend, I am doing a grand Southern California theme park tour for the holidays. So I'm going to hit Knott's, Universal, and Disneyland and pack it all in 36 hours.
I'm so jealous. You will have to tell us all about it next time.
I'll be doing my first candlelight out there. So I'm very
it is, from what I hear, it is a much more exclusive experience than here in Epcot. So enjoy.
Thank you.
You can find me at Eskabursky or at The Unofficial Guides and pick up copies of my 2026 guidebooks at theunofficialguides.com. And until next time, we hope you folks stay safe, try something new, but most importantly, have fun. And we will see you again next time. Bye.
Bye.